Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Lake Fairy Files. Whoa, it's been an early morning. I woke up at 4:47. I don't know, and I just didn't go back to bed. So it's going on 10 o'clock a.m. here in the Adirondacks. And I wanted y'all's thoughts on something about our privacy. Okay? So your thoughts actually may not be private for much longer. We need to rethink our human rights for the wearable tech of tomorrow, according to neurotechnology ethics expert. Well, guys, this is a weird one. We all know that last year and the year before we talked about different things that people could wear or through your phones, apps you could get, but the new brain sensors promise much more. Guys, this is really concerning. Are there really devices that can access our brainwaves? The question and the answer is yes. Of both scale and precision, there are millions of consumer brainwave wearables sold worldwide. These are in the form of headbands or sensors that can be embedded into a hard hat or baseball cap to track brain activity. The algorithms, now this algorithm thing is like huge nowadays, right? The algorithms interpreting that activity, but right now they're somewhat limited in what they can do. They can decode someone's attention, engagement if their mind is wandering, and basic emotions like stress, happiness, or sadness. Major tech companies are investing in integrating brain sensors in the same way we see the heart rate monitors in watches and rings. Integrating brain sensors into everyday devices like earbuds, headphones, and even wearable tattoos. It makes me wonder if they're already doing this. Have you guys, thought about something and boom, it's in your email or on the side of your Facebook? It's been going on for years. So also, I think I've mentioned this before, maybe not on my channel, but I've mentioned this to other people. So I'll be typing something, and before I can hit send, people on panel and people in chat are already answering what I just hit send. I mean, they didn't even have time to read it. It's do. So some companies have announced that their plan to launch the neuro interface as a way to interact with the rest of our technology and augmented and virtual reality by 2025. What is that these brain scans are actually measuring? So these are not mind-reading devices. They can't understand our detailed thoughts. One common technology used is electronic I can't even spell. I don't even know. So it's an EEG. It's electron cephalography. I'll put that word up on the screen because I'm hacking that one. So that picks up electrical activity in your brain as you're thinking or experiencing anything. I mean, my experiences are personal. I mean, I don't know about you guys and what you think. So neurons are firing in your brain in a way that sends characteristic patterns, giving off tiny electrical discharges that can be picked up on the EEG through powerful algorithms. These patterns are decoded from this. We can measure attention, mind wandering, and basic feelings and emotions. Pair that with a screen someone is looking at, and we can track environmental data too. Flash up political candidates from different parties on my screen while I have brain sensors attached to you. Could classify my responses to a particular party. That's pretty weird, right? Researchers have also tried subliminally embedding in a gaming environment PIN numbers or addresses to see if recognition of that information could also be reliably detected from brainwave data. There's the Facebook glasses, there's, the rise of the cyborgs inside the technology transcending humanity's biological limits. If we were able to crack open the brain waves, okay, how will this affect the mental health and well-being space? There are devices approved for the treatment of depression through neurofeedback, but also through electrical stimulation of the brain. People could use the data to detect early stages of mental health disorders or neurological disorders, in much the same way people track their heart rate, breathing, and number of steps they've taken in a day. Tracking mental health data will more likely be normalized with this objective data from the brain. Do you work best at home or in an office based on focus and attention levels? Did that glass of wine affect your sleep? It can all be tracked with your mental health. A lot of companies are investing to crack open the brain and oh boy. And what they'll find is this is oof. Could this trigger a brain hypochondriac movement? It's definitely possible. We know very little about our brains, but what we do know is that there is diversity between brains and brain activity for different people. In the early days of this, the algorithms may misidentify people as having something neurological and atypical happening in their brains. People will also be studying their own data to see if there is anything they should be worried about. Well, we all worry, but I don't want to be told that I'm worrying. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm having a great day, it's like, oh, well, the AI is telling me, well, deep down you're worrying about the past. Anyway, as people begin looking at their brain data, they may start to become worried about what they see there and potentially needlessly worry in ways that could be problematic. Well, no kidding. Often technology is created and then questioned. The ethics is addressed at a later stage. What can we do beforehand to get ahead of this? So see, they already know. I advocate for recognizing a right to cognitive liberty. Now, as an international human right, this means updating our existing rights and our interpretations of them. That's a first good step. Setting both a global legal framework and a norm that recognizes that self-determination of our brains and mental experiences is fundamental. It is prioritized personal data, giving consumers the right to control their personal information over a company's right to use it, not a default rule where corporations can collect, commodify, mine, and analysis that data or analyze for any purpose they wish. The starting place is to flip what has been a system that really favors corporations over individuals, giving people the right to the data from their brains. Oh boy, what is cognitive liberty and why is it so important? One of the biggest problems with the technology we're talking about is the risk to our brains, the sense in which our brains are accessed, tracked, and hacked by technologies in ways that are contrary to human flourishing. Cognitive liberty is the right to self-determination over our brains, updating the concept of liberty for the digital age. The human right to privacy should include mental privacy. The right to freedom of thought should be interpreted beyond ideas of religion and belief to protect our robust thoughts and images in our mind from being accessed. And the right to self-determination should give us the right to access and to change our brains if we should choose to do so. Is this definitely a technology of the future, or could this be a Google Glass or metaverse situation? I'd be surprised if it doesn't work out. After all, it doesn't make sense for us to know so little about our own brains. Neurological disease and suffering are rising, and their toll on an individual is extraordinary. Our physical health and longevity are improving, but our mental health and wellness is declining. If this kind of technology gives us the tools to be empowered to take charge of our own brain health, then it could truly be revolutionary. It's not a novelty we don't need. It's fundamental. Well, I will tell you guys, I'd like my thoughts to say my thoughts. Sometimes I think outside my head and I let my outside thoughts come, out of my mouth. And I'm like, oops, yeah. That's when you kind of get that thing where you say, open mouth, insert foot. This is, I need you guys' feedback on this. I need you guys to tell me what you guys all think about this. This is absolutely very concerning. And in my opinion, and from reading this article and giving my own opinion throughout it, I believe in many ways they've already been using this. So obviously they already have this. They're just trying to figure out a way. And again, where is our privacy come in to this? So I'm going to give a big no to any kind of algorithm reading my thoughts or, tell me how I'm feeling. So, please let me know what you guys think. My email's in my About section, and I'll also put it on screen at the end of this video. It's always getting weirder. Okay, so, again, from the weird side of the Lighthouse News team, y'all have a great day. God bless, and don't forget your tinfoil hats.